It's time to talk taxes.
New friends, new opportunities, new partners. E.G. Tax.
It's Ask the Tax Lady with Esther Gulius and E.G. Tax on News Radio 930 WBEN. To reach Esther now, call 803-0930. Toll free at 1-800-616-9236. And cell calls are free at star 930. And now, live from the WBEN studios, it's Esther Gulius.
Hey, everybody, it's tax season. And it's your time to talk taxes because we want to help you. And I'm sure as your W-2s and 1099s are rolling in and you're looking at the forms and you're wondering, you got all kinds of questions, this is your opportunity to ask those questions. We love to hear what you have to say because what you have to say is a lot more important than what we have to say because
That's
we just
right.
give you a tax law, and it's so much more interesting to hear what your particular situation is. So our phone number here in studio is 8030930. 8030930, star 930 on a cell phone. And I know it's cold, but get off that couch and make the call. Our toll-free number, for those of you that might be in Toronto or in Canada, anywhere in Canada where you can hear us, Florida, Arizona, our toll-free number is 1-800-616-9236, 1-800-616-9236. And I'm joined in studio here with Tiffany. We're out of the office.
Yes, it's so exciting. And I also wanted to say people are getting their 1095As. I've seen
Yes.
a few for the last few days, and I did one yesterday and one today, and it's very exciting. It's very exciting.
Now, the 1095A is for those of you that have signed up for health care through the marketplace. If you didn't have health care through the marketplace, you won't be getting a 1095A. But when you're doing your tax return, if you did get health insurance through the marketplace, you need that because if you got too much of a subsidy, you have to pay it back, and actually you're going to get a windfall there. And if you got too short of a subsidy, you get a premium tax credit.
Right.
So you want to make sure you look at that 1095A, and it has to go on your form when you're completing your tax return.
The 8962, right? Or 8965. But I also wanted to say that I had a couple today, and they got married throughout the tax year, and so she got insurance through the marketplace, and she got a subsidy, but the amount of her surplus was greater when I prorated it, taking into consideration that they got married throughout the year. So
right, because if they're doing the subsidy and you came through the marketplace, then they're going to look at household income as if was equally earned. But if in her case she had earned she had gotten that when she was not with the joint income, so they allow you to take half of that, so your premium tax credit will be more.
That's right. And
your subsidy payment will be less.
So don't forget to take advantage of that.
That's right. I'm Esther Gulius, the tax lady from E.G. Tax. Our phone number here in studios, 8030930, 8030930, star 930 on a cell phone. Toll-free number is 1-800-616-9236. We want to hear what you have to say, but we're going to talk about dependents.
Right.
And people don't know about how important dependents are. And obviously the most obvious kind of dependent is your babies, your children. Now, your children can be claimed on your tax return as long as they're under the age of 19, regardless of their income, as long as they're not providing over half of their support.
Right.
Then once they're 19 until they're 24, if they're full-time college students, you can continue to claim them regardless of income, provided they don't give over 50% of their support. And even if they're living away at college, that's considered a temporary leave, and that's okay. You can still claim them, and it's very important that if you have children, that you put them on your tax return if you're entitled to, because children are tied to credits, and credits are better than deductions. Right. Now, your children that are under the age of 17 get you what's called a child tax credit, which is how much money, Tiff?
It is $1,000, and if you don't have enough liability for that full $1,000, the IRS is kind enough to give you perhaps an additional child tax credit to capture
the
$1,000.
The refundable child tax credit.
Right.
So if you have children under the age of 17, you get $1,000. You not only get the $39.50 personal exemption, but you also get $1,000 child tax credit. Also, if you have children in your home, what else? What other kind of credit might you get?
You might get the earned income credit. You could get the earned income credit without kids too, but it would.
But the big earned
it
income
would give
credit.
you a much greater earned income credit. So if you're mediocre to low income earner, there's a chance that those kids can get you this huge earned income credit.
Now the earned income credit, for those of you that have never been familiar with it, is like refundable. So if you have a $5,000 earned income credit, that means that they're going to give you $5,000. Not a deduction. They are going to send you a check for $5,000. And the state of New York is going to give you 30% of that, $1,500.
Right.
So you're looking at a $6,500 refund that you never paid in.
Yep.
Because you have children and you have earnings, and your earnings are considered on the lower income scale.
So
and you don't have to be poor. I mean, you can have income up to $50,000 and still get an earned income credit.
Right. So you should claim those kids if you...
But you can claim other dependents as well. But I know we have people waiting. 8030930, 8030930, star 930 on a cell phone. And we're going to go to Richard in East Aurora. Hi, Rich. How can we help you, sir?
Yeah, you mentioned the 1095A at the top of the show.
Yeah.
And I didn't receive one, but I don't receive a subsidy from New York State either. I pay my Obamacare in full.
Okay, so are you...
Wait,
Rich.
I called my health care company, and they told me to just bring a copy of my last receipt to the tax preparer, and that will be proof that I had insurance in the last calendar year.
Okay, let me ask you this, Richard. Did you get your insurance through the marketplace? Through the New York State of Health?
I called. I was a member of a company locally, and last January or last December, I called them and said, I need to switch over to Obamacare now. So they gave me a new insurance contract, and with new co-pays and a new amount that I had to give them every month.
All right. So you did not get your insurance through the New York State of Health then, correct?
Or maybe your employer did.
Well, I called the insurance company and I said, why didn't you notify New York State that I'm getting insurance through you and it's Obamacare?
Okay.
And she said, just bring your last receipt to the tax preparer.
Okay, so here's the thing. If you get insurance on your own, if you call Blue Cross Blue Shield, if you do not go through the marketplace, if you don't go through New York State of Health or the federal government for your health insurance, then you're not in the marketplace. If you aren't in the marketplace, then you don't get the potential of the premium tax credit, and you also will not get the potential of the subsidies by the federal government. So it is true, Rich, you're going to be able to prove that you had health insurance, but you may be missing out on subsidies and you may be missing out on the premium tax credit. So what I'd suggest you do is, if you want to call our navigator, who will be very happy to help you, to make sure that you are getting your subsidies and you're through the marketplace so that you can get the premium tax credit, and there's no charge.
Yep, and Tim is at Lockport this time of year, and his number there is 438-2137.
Okay, well, I was told that I make too much money to qualify for any subsidies.
Okay, well, that may be true, but you can still get your health insurance through the marketplace, and that way you'd be entitled to, like, let's say that you right now are getting your insurance on your own and you didn't go through the marketplace. Then in the middle of the year, let's say your income drops way off and you would have been entitled to a subsidy. When you're in the marketplace, then next year when you do your tax return, you get a refund on your tax return for your overpayment of health insurance.
Okay, what was that phone number that you mentioned again?
Sure, Tim is a navigator. He's at our Lockport office, 438-2137.
Okay, Rich?
Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
I'm Esther Gullius, the tax lady from EG Tax. Our phone number here in studio is 8030930, 8030930, star 930 on a cell phone. Out of the area, our phone number is 1-800-616-9236. That's 1-800-616-9236. We'll see you on the other side with your questions. I'm Esther Gullius, the tax lady. See you in a minute. Song there. I'm sure it is. Okay, Tyler, what is it?
That's Johnny Nobody.
Johnny Nobody. And I'm Esther Nobody.
No, I don't
I'm
think so.
Esther Gullius, the tax lady, and we want to help you with your taxes. So if you got your questions, give us a call, 8030930, 8030930, star 930 on a cell phone. Out of the area, it's 1-800-616-9236, 800-616-9236. We want to help you. And that includes everybody up in Toronto who might be American citizens with your F-bars and filing an American tax return. And what do you do with those credits? But we want to talk today about dependents, and we're talking about how important it is, how children are given such special treatment in the tax law because of the refundable tax credit, child tax credit, the earned income credit. There's a refundable child tax credit on the state. There's a refundable earned income credit on the state.
Right.
If your children are in daycare, there's a refundable daycare credit on the state. Also, there's the other thing you have to watch out with your children is that they might get kiddie tax.
Right.
And what is kiddie tax?
So there's a handful of kids out there that have a lot of interest in investment income and capital gains
And unemployment.
And so if that total for the year is greater than $2,000 a year for the kid, they're going to slip over into their parents' tax rate because that's the law.
That's exactly
so the
right.
law is if that figure is greater than $2,000, it's going to trigger.
You're going to have to do a kiddie tax return.
Yeah, you're going to have to do a kiddie
and
tax
so then
return.
there's tax at the parents' rate. Now,
Right.
back to dependents. You can claim your parents as dependents, provided that they live in your home or a home you provide, and their gross taxable income is less than $3,950. Now, Social Security is not taxable in most cases. So if, let's say you're providing a home for mom, or mom's living in your home, and she has just Social Security, and she's not giving 50% to her support, she's your dependent.
Right.
The same thing is with other relatives. Let's say your brother is living in your home, falls upon hard times. He lived in your house 12 months. He has less than $3,950 in gross taxable income, and he's not filing a joint return. He's your dependent. And then all other non-relatives.
Right.
Now, a lot of people don't know a non-relative can be a dependent, but let's say your son brings home his girlfriend,
Right.
and the two of them are living in the basement for the year, and she's not working and he's not working. Anyway, we'll
Quite
pray for you
possibly.
if that's the situation. But anyway, the girlfriend, if she lives in your house a full year, doesn't have gross income of $3,950 or more, not filing a joint return, is a citizen of the United States and resident, then she's your dependent. And so many times these situations are happening and people aren't aware that these people can be dependents, and they save you $3,950.
Right. And even something
taxable income.
something to stick in there too is, don't forget, if you're a mom who's the custodial parent and it's not your year to claim the kid, you can claim the kid for earned income purposes and claim her as for head of household and get a really
That's a great point.
Yeah.
In other words, let's say you're mommy and you're making $15,000 a year, and daddy, who is living someplace else, you're divorced, and he's paying child support. You might have 3 children, and it doesn't make any difference to you from a tax standpoint because you're not going to pay any taxes anyway because you're head of the household,
Right.
and you have the child tax credits. So what you can do is give daddy 1 or 2 or 3 of the children. He can claim them on his tax return. They're living with you, so you get the earned income credit, but he at least gets the child tax
Right.
credit and the personal exemptions for the kids.
That's right.
So that just helps you in negotiating sometimes the best
Situation.
support for
Yeah.
yourself.
And to have a good relationship is great over the holidays. And
That's exactly right. All right, I'm Esther Gullius, the tax lady, 8030930, 8030930, star 930 on a cell phone, and let's go to Eric, who's been patiently waiting. Hey, Eric, how can we help you?
Hi, Esther. How you doing?
I'm marvelous.
Hi, Tiffany. I'm your client.
Oh, I know, Eric. You
Okay.
know the guys at Next Financial.
Exactly.
Grand
My
Island.
question is regarding my granddaughter. My granddaughter's 19. She's all excited about e-filing because she thinks she'll get her money that much quicker.
Mm-hmm.
However, she had savings bonds that she turned in,
Okay.
and I warned her at the time she's going to have to claim the interest, and it's going to affect her taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I did her taxes the old-fashioned way with lead, and I found out that she's going to owe the feds $180. If she e-files, does she have a certain amount of days that she has to pay this money?
Okay. First of all, how much, Eric, is her interest?
Her interest was $800.
Okay. And all right, so her interest is $800.
Tax-free on the state.
Right. It's tax-free on the state.
Tax-free on the state,
Right. And
correct.
but if she e-files it, she has till April the 15th to make a payment.
To make the payment? I
Right.
thought she had to make it sooner, and I was
No.
concerned that she might not have the money.
No,
Good
April the
question.
15th. So you can ask for a direct debit, and they will take it out on her checking account, usually on the 16th.
That's not a good thing with her. You don't know my granddaughter.
Oh, well.
Or-
Or,
or
she's like my grandkids, I think I got a good idea.
Or she could do a voucher and mail it in by April 15th.
Right, or you can do a voucher and mail it in.
Okay.
Don't forget to back it off on New York State, like Tiffany said.
Yeah, I did already, and she's good on the state. She's getting everything back.
That's good.
She's fine with that, but the Fed, she just came up short because of that interest, and I warned her, but kids
Right.
are kids.
Right, that's true.
They got to learn.
That's true.
All right, thank
All
you.
right, thanks,
Thanks, I'll
Eric.
see you
Thanks
later.
for calling. I'm Esther Golias, the tax lady from EG Tax, 8030930, 8030930, star 930 on a cell phone, and we're going to go talk to Ron and Clarence. Hey, Ron, how can we help you?
I'm doing very good. Grandpa, 4th year in the nursing home and doing just fine.
Ah.
First 3 years was private pay, and he did just fine. Last December, the money got down enough, so he applied for Medicaid, and he was accepted. So now he's a Medicaid person. He receives $90 a month from the VA each month. It just goes into his own account. My question is, we did the tax forms, state and federal, last year. Do we still do one this year for him, even though he's now straight Medicaid and there's no...
Okay,
there's
let me ask
nothing
you
left?
this, Ron. Did you apply for the refundable credit on New York State for the nursing home?
That was my next question,
When he was
and we
private
got
pay.
that back from last year. Yes,
How about
we
the
did.
2 years prior to that?
Every year we applied for that
Okay.
when it was necessary, and we got it. So
Okay.
that we've taken care of.
All right,
So
so-
my next question is, do we have to claim that now?
Oh,
It's-
no. No. But here's the question. Does Grandpa have any money coming in?
No. Other
So-
than Social Security and the VA $90 a month. no.
Then Grandpa doesn't have to file.
Oh, really? Both state and federal?
If that's all he has is non-taxable Social Security and VA, we
Correct.
know is non-taxable, he's out of the woods.
Okay.
Okay.
Not
Wonderful. It
have
makes
to
it
file.
easier for us to do it then.
Okay.
It does.
Okay,
It does.
thank you.
Thanks,
You're
Ron.
welcome.
Bye-bye. I'm Esther Golias, the tax lady from EG Tax. 8030930 is our phone number here in studio. Star 930 on a cell phone. Love to hear what you have to talk about. Taxes usually are what we're going to talk about, but we'll talk about anything that you want to talk about. But this time of year, we have all of our offices open 9 to 9. As a matter of fact, we're open tonight 9 to 9.
Right.
And I know that it seems like everybody's late in getting things out. And I think it's very true. So you're going to find that this week you're probably going to be getting everything. Probably brokers will be mailing a little later than
Yep.
normal.
Yep.
So in the meantime, when you get all those forms and you have any questions, you can actually go to our website at egtax.com. And when you ask a tax question, we will answer it right away. And you can call any of our offices all throughout upstate New York, Arizona, and Florida. And we're thrilled to answer your questions
Yeah,
for you.
I think Tyler Samer, you just got your W-2s this last couple of days, right? Yeah. So you can't wait to file
I cannot wait.
because you want a new car, perhaps.
Right.
Yes, I do.
All right, I'm Esther Golias, the tax lady, 8030930, star 930 on a cell phone, and we're going to go to Howard in Middleport. Hey, Howard, how are you doing?
Hi, Esther. How are you?
Good.
I'm
What
a
can we-
client of yours. I go to your Lockport store.
Thank you.
Aw, that's great.
Oh, you're welcome. I've got a question for you. I have a 20-year-old son that lives with me. He worked for about a month last year, and he lost his job. He also went to school full-time, but he ended up dropping out. I'm not quite sure what day that was.
Did he get unemployment,
so he did get a W-2 in the mail for his time that he worked. Can he file his taxes and then I still claim him as a dependent?
All right. So did he go to school any part of 5 months last year, like January, February, March, April, and part of May? Or the end of August, September, October, November, and December?
I'm thinking he may have went about 3 months. I don't have the exact numbers.
Okay. If he was a full-time student for at least 5 months during the year, then regardless of his income, you can claim him as a dependent, all right? If he didn't make that 5-month limitation, then if his income's under $39.50, is it under $39.50?
Yes, it was.
All right, then you can claim him anyway.
Yep.
So what you're going to do, Dad, is he's going to do his tax return. He's not going to claim his personal exemption, 0 for personal exemption, and he's going to get back whatever his money is since it's less than $39.50, you also are going to claim him on the tax return, and you're going to get, if he's at least a half-time student. Was he at least a half-time student?
He dropped out though.
Oh, did he drop out? Yeah, that's right. He dropped
out.
All right, so he can get the lifetime learning credit. So you can at least get the lifetime learning credit. So, so that's what I'd suggest you do: is you would claim him on your tax return. You won't get the American Opportunity Tax credit, but you'll get 20% of his lifetime learning credit, and that'll help you out.
Okay. Are there any special forms that I will need from his school, even though he dropped out?
They should be sending you a 1098-T.
1098-T.
And again, everything's late this year. It'll probably be coming this week.
Okay.
All right?
All right. That's a lot of help. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. I'm Esther Golias, the tax lady. We're going to take a short break for news. Join us on the other side. We'd like to hear what you have to say. 8030930, 8030930, star 930 on a cell phone, and go to egtax.com if you need any other tax help. I'll see you. I'm Esther Golias, the tax lady. See you on the other side.
I'm looking through you. Where did you go? I thought
I love it when Tyler gives me a given. Would that be the Beatles?
Very good, Esther.
Oh, once a week I can do that. Anyway, I'm Esther Golias, the tax lady. 8030930, 8030930, star 930 on cell phone. We're talking about dependents. Now, the next thing after dependents, that gives you the ability to potentially change your filing status.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Okay, so we all know what you are as the last day of the year. That's what you are all year for tax purposes. But the filing status is really important because it steers your phase out of deductions. It steers your percentage that you're going to pay, whatever tax bracket you're in. It steers your standard deduction. So if you can go from being single to head of the household, for instance, you would save a lot of money, and that's when you would need a qualifying relative, which would be your child or your mom and dad or some other relative.
Right.
So that's really important as a dependent on your tax return.
That's exactly right. So make sure you ask the right questions.
Because those little boxes, they look so benign.
Right.
But really, they're really, really important. We got people that have been waiting. 8030930, 8030930, star 930 on a cell phone. As soon as somebody hangs up, it's your cue to call in. We got Mike. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Esther.
How are you, sir? Good.
Good. My question is regarding sold our primary residence in 2014. Want to know what we can write off for that.
Well, how long did you live there, Mike?
Many years. 15.
Okay. So the first $250,000 of gain, if you were single, or $500,000 if you're filing a joint return, is tax-free. You don't have to write anything off. They just won't tax you on it. So if your gain on the sale of the house was less than $500,000, then you're out of the woods. You're good to go.
And Mike, that house was not part rental, right?
No, it was our primary residence.
Okay.
Yeah, so
There's-
the entire gain is your money,
But there's nothing you can write off.
except for your property taxes and mortgage interest.
And if you did anything energy efficient,
Right.
possibly.
So nothing closing cost wise.
No, because it's all tax free.
Okay.
They're giving it all to you.
Okay, that makes sense.
All right?
Very good.
Thanks, Mike. Congratulations. Okay, let's see. We got Jim. Hey, Jim. How you doing? Esther Gullius,
good
how can we
today.
help you? Good.
Hey, my question is about the Cadillac tax on health insurance.
Uh-huh.
It sounds like a horror story. 40% on a Cadillac policy. The policy that we paid probably $6,000 a year out of pocket, but that's 25%, I think, of the total premium. Being a federal employee,
Mm-hmm.
we're not all on the dole here.
We all gotta look the
Some of us
same,
are
walk the
hardworking
same, chew the
individuals,
same.
Get up in the morning, put our pants on, go to work every day.
Right.
So when I read that if the policy, you're going to pay a 40% tax on the total amount of that policy, which is going to include the flexible spending, total amount of the flexible spending that you're taking out. When is that effective?
Now, starting next, I think it's 2015 is when the Cadillac tax, 2016 when Cadillac tax comes out. So, but I'm going to tell you this. This is just between me and you. I don't think it's going to stand. I think it's going to be reformed.
That's okay with me.
Yeah.
Because I think it seems like everything starts, and what we've seen with even this Obamacare piece is they all start saying that they're going to tax you. There's going to be this additional tax. But I'll tell you, like, for instance, people that got over subsidies who, when they went to the marketplace, said, I think my income's going to be low, and it ended up being high, and they got very high subsidies. Now when they are supposed to pay them back, the truth of the matter is the subsidy, if you're in a lower income bracket, you might have had an over subsidy of $5,000. All you pay back is $600 of it. And maybe if you're in that next tier, the maximum you pay is $1,500. And if it makes you owe money to the federal government, bottom line, they're going to forgive the whole thing. So I think you're going to find that as you see this thing unwind, I'd be very surprised if the Cadillac tax stands. That's just my opinion. And we do have a couple years to find out. But and then the other thing is, if you were somebody that said that you had no job and they gave you Medicaid, and at the end of the year you had a whole bunch of income, and now when you file your tax return you find out you shouldn't have had Medicaid, they're going to let you stay on Medicaid for the whole year, and there's no penalty. So I just think that you don't have to worry. I really don't.
Well,
but I will keep you I will keep you posted, but I don't think you're going to have to worry.
Yeah, because that sounds like an awful lot of money.
I know. I think it all was just part of the selling the program. That's what I think. I just think it was just something to sell the program, and I think the bottom line is they're just not going to do it. First of all, most people that have Cadillac tax are union employees, and I just don't think they're going to do that to the union.
Well, you would think, you would like to think they put them there.
I know. I just but I mean we can debate it all day, but it is a big tax. It's 2 years coming down the road, but I would be very surprised if there's any teeth in it, because so far there's not much teeth in anything else going down the road.
I like your thoughts on it.
All right, thanks. Lou. Bye-bye. Yep. You would be surprised when you really delve into this Obamacare stuff. You would be surprised. All right, then we're going to go to, I think, this Elfried. Elfried, hey, how can we help you?
Hello. Thank you for taking my call.
Good.
I have a question about a foreign exchange student.
Okay.
Would she be claimed as a dependent?
Not a foreign exchange student. That would be a charitable contribution.
Okay.
And it's a very limited charitable contribution.
Right.
You know off the top of your head, Tiff, what it is?
No, but I'm thinking, and correct me if I'm wrong, would she get the mileage for going to, no,
all you get for a foreign tax, it's going to make me look here.
Yeah, but no, you didn't have the foreign exchange student in your home all year, not like it would matter, right?
No.
Right.
Freed?
Yeah,
No.
But it's a charitable contribution, and before the end of the show, I'll have it all.
It's tucked away under itemized deductions. Are you an itemizer, Elfried?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's a possible item that you're going to claim under the Schedule A. And it would boost up your write-offs for the year. And I know Esther, she's going to find the answer before the end of the show.
I got it. $50.
that's great.
Here it is. $50 per school month for housing for an exchange student grade 12 or lower.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, $50 a month. So it's not going to buy too many Cracker Jacks out there.
Oh, just to be nice, we might.
All right, thanks. Thanks, Alfred. Bye-bye. I'm Esther Golias, the tax lady from EG Tax, 8030930, 8030930, star 930 on a cell phone. Out of town, 1-800-616-9236, and we got Lou. Hey, Lou, how can we help you, sir?
How you doing today, ladies?
Good.
Good. I just have a quick question for you. This is my first time filing my taxes on my own. I was married for almost 8 years, and my wife and I did it mutually. Now we are in the midst of our divorce. My son lives with me full time. He's just turned 5 years old. I pay for his pre-K. I work part time, and I also am using I'm a veteran. I'm using my GI Bill to go back to school at night. I'm just kind of, like I said, it's my first time doing it on my own with my son, and I was kind of like glancing over it on my own, and I kind of got I went cross-eyed.
All right. Well, first of all, Lou, you're not legally divorced yet, are you?
That's what I was going to say.
No, but we are. We came to my soon-to-be ex-wife and I came to a mutual agreement to file separately this year.
Okay, but here's the deal. How much is your income from wages, Lou?
I get $400 a month for my disability. I have a disability on my leg from when I was in the service.
All right, VA?
And through the VA, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And I also I make about $300 a week working my job.
So about $16,000 a year.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here's
and
the
then
deal.
I also get,
and your little guy lives with you in your home, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
In a home you provide.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so here's the good thing.
Yeah.
You qualify for what's called, we always call it the abandoned spouse ruling, but if you provide a home for a minor child who is your dependent for at least 6 months, and you are elevated from filing married separate to head of the household.
That's right.
So it's going to save you a ton of money, number one. Number two, because you have the minor child and you have wages, you're going to get the
earned income credit, which
Right.
is great. You'll get the refundable child tax credit. And if you pay anything for college beyond what the GI Bill gives you, you're going to get, if this is your first degree, the American Opportunity Tax Credit. And you're also going to get a tax credit on the state of New York. So you're going to be sitting pretty. And don't forget your ex-wife has to file married filing separate.
unless she has children. Does she have children living with her?
No, she doesn't.
Yes, so she's married separate. You're head of the household.
Okay.
And you would be
All
a
right.
happy man,
Oh,
Lou.
yeah.
You probably have an $8,000 refund coming, at least.
Great.
Okay?
Thank you, ladies, so
Thank you,
much.
sir.
I appreciate all the help. Have
All
a
right.
great day.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Let's see. And I guess we got all these calls waiting, and we're going to take a short break. I'm Esther Golias, the tax lady from EG Tax. See you on the other side.
You like it?
You know
like
this
it.
song.
Nice.
I know this song.
I think
What
you
is
do.
it?
I've heard it many a times.
Okay, then you tell us, Smarty Pants.
I don't know, Tyler. Help me.
It's the Clash.
You've heard the Clash, Tiffany.
Yes, it's
Come
an
on.
older song.
Rock the Casbah. No.
Oh, I
nothing?
like Rock
Yeah,
the
that
Casbah.
band.
It's an old song.
Okay, well, all right. Well, anyway, I'm Esther Golias, the tax lady, and we're here to talk taxes, not about music, but I do like music. And we're going to go back to the phones to talk to Ray. Hey, Ray. How are you, sir?
Yes, just a moment, please.
Oh, you're holding the phone for Ray.
Hello there.
Hey, Ray. Who's the pretty lady holding the phone?
My wife.
What can I help you with, sir?
Okay. I'm a U.S. citizen.
Yep.
And I have a Canadian savings account.
Okay.
And I did earn, I forgot what the interest is, but do you do Canadian taxes like that?
Sure. Absolutely.
And
do.
all he's
Yep.
going to do is put that interest on his
but
and
you're-
convert it.
Yeah, you're just going to put the interest that you earned on your U.S. return and divulge that you have the income in Canada. That's all you have to do.
Oh, okay. So I don't even have to file a Canadian income tax.
Not if you're under the minimum filing requirements for Canada.
Okay.
Okay?
Appreciate it.
All right, thank you, Ray.
You're welcome.
Thank you, bye-bye. And he had his wife hold the phone. Isn't that sweet? Let's see. We're going to go back to the phones. Hey, Charlie, how can we help you, sir?
Hi, everyone. How you doing this afternoon?
Good.
I have a 24-year-old college student living on campus. I was wondering, what is the best way to handle his tax return? Should I let him file individually, or should I file and claim him as a deduction on my return?
Charlie.
He has no.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
He has no income, and we provide more than 50% of his.
Did he turn 24 in 2014?
He's 24 now. He will be 25 in 2015.
Okay, but he was 24.
Makes no difference. He had no income.
Right.
So what happens? So that thing I was talking about in the beginning, for the child, they have to be under age 24 to get that special treatment as children. Now he's really just considered a qualifying relative because he has no income. You can claim him as a dependent, and I'm assuming he's been in college for 4 years.
Yes, he's going to be. He's got this semester and one more to go.
So he'll have
lifetime
learning credit.
Yeah. But you can absolutely claim them. And the reason I was asking what age he was is I was thinking about earned income credit. You wouldn't get earned income credit because he's over the age of 24, but you're going to be able to claim them, absolutely.
But for those people listening, if the child is over the age of 24 and they're disabled, they'd still get earned income credit.
Yep.
But this kid doesn't sound too disabled to me.
No. Would it adversely affect his when he fills out his FAFSA? I mean, for the grants and the loans, would me claiming him as a deduction adversely affect that? Or
my husband tells me that when you do FAFSA, they also look at the parent's income regardless. But I do know also that we're not FAFSA experts. You want to add anything to that, Esther?
No, I really think that I'm really not a FAFSA expert, and so you'd have to talk to the college. Charlie.
Okay.
But now, I'm assuming you're paying over $10,000 for his education, right?
Oh yeah.
So the lifetime learning credit is going to save you $2,000, and your son's personal exemption is going to knock off $39.50 off your taxable income. So you're probably looking at, on the happy side, of about almost $1,500 in savings. No, $3,500 in savings. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Have
sir.
a good day.
You too. Bye-bye. And let's go to Kathy on a cell. Hey, Kathy, how can we help you?
Hi, thanks for taking my call. I do a lot of animal rescue, and it's all out of pocket. I'm not a 501c3. It's sort of kind of just something that I do. Get like a lot of cats spayed and neutered, re-trap and re-release. Is that something I can write on?
Okay, if you're doing it just because you're a sweetie pie, Kathy, no. You have to do it through a qualified charity. So what I would suggest you do is, there's all kinds of wonderful animal groups locally or wherever you live, and tell them you'd like to be a volunteer. And then what you would do is you would donate to them the money for spaying and neutering, and then that would then be tax deductible for you. And if they then place the animals in your home, the cost of keeping the animals in your home would be a deduction.
Yep, you're going to filter it through a qualified 501c3.
But anytime you do anything to be a great person, God loves you, but unfortunately the IRS isn't going to give you the tax deduction.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, thanks, Kathy. I'm Esther Gullius, the tax lady from EG Tax. When you get all your stuff this next few weeks and you need the best tax help for the least amount of money, we hope you'll think about EG Tax because we love you and we want to take care of you. And let's see, we're going to go to Karen. Hi, Karen. How you doing? Karen?
Oh, hello.
How can we help you?
My question is, my husband and his 3 siblings were gifted their parents' house 10 years ago. Since then, both parents have died, the last one recently. Now the house has been sold. What is the tax obligation?
Okay, so here's what happened. All right, you're sure the house was gifted to them, correct?
Yes, it was turned over to the 4 children 10 years ago.
Prior to Dad's death?
I'm not sure.
Okay, but definitely,
No,
mom.
Actually, No, it was after the father's death, before the mother's.
Okay, so here's what happens. When it's a gift, and you have to determine the difference between what you paid for it and what you sold it for, and that's the gain. When it's a gift and it's a sale of a gift, you have to go back to the original basis of mom and dad plus all of their improvements. Then when the first one passed away, half of the house belonged to dad. He got a stepped up basis at the fair market value of his death 10 years ago. So the house might have been worth, let's say, $20,000 a piece, originally $40,000. Then when dad passed away, it might have been worth $100,000. So now it's $50,000 and $20,000. Now it's $70,000. And if you guys sell it for $100,000 and $100,000 now, you have a $30,000 gain. And less your expensive sale. So that's a thumbnail way on how it's done, and then it's split up equally between the heirs. So if you want to call us or you want to email me through my website at egtax.com, I'll give that to you in a much more concise manner that you'll be able to understand better, okay?
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Karen. I'm Esther Golias, the tax lady from EG Tax. All of our offices are open 9 to 9, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 on Saturday. I think next Saturday we'll even stay open until 9 o'clock. Right. But I wanted to give you an example of something that I find very interesting, and I think you will too. This is a real scenario, and I know it's a lot of figures, but bear with me here. Let's say that this is how our tax code works, folks. Let's say that we have somebody that's a working parent and they make $25,000. And the mom might be on Social Security disability, maybe due to a nervous breakdown at some point.
Right.
And they're young. Let's say they're 30, 35 years old. And they have children who are also on Social Security. Well, the Social Security that the mom and the children get are tax-free. Now, dad's wages are taxable. And since the children are under the age of 17, they end up with refundable child tax credits for the 3 children, all right? After you take the standard deduction and personal exemptions, this family pays 0 in taxes.
Correct.
Now, they'll get a refundable earned income credit of $57.71. They'll get a refundable child tax credit of 3. And on the state of New York, they're also going to get refundable credits of $3,354. So this family is going to get refunds of $12,125 of money they didn't pay in. So when you take that money and add it to all their tax-free money, they really have expendable income in the family of
$55,125.
Right, $55,125. All right.
Wow.
Now let's say another couple both work, and they have income of $55,125 from wages, and they also have 3 kids. What they're going to have is a tax bill of $2,579. Now, that's going to be reduced by their child tax credit, but the bottom line is they're going to end up with a refund of $421 on the federal. When they do the New York State return, they're going to have a balance due of $772. So, in essence, they're going to only have $352. They'll be in $352 in the hole. Therefore, the couple working will have $352 less money to spend than the couple that weren't working.
But now, so I like silver linings. So, but at least both those couples are working and they're both paying into Social Security.
No. The first couple, they got all their Social Security back. That's what the refundable child tax credit's all about.
Right.
But I thought I should bring that up because I think it's very interesting that when people don't understand that the tax system, so much of the time, is a welfare system, and we are giving lots of money to lots of people, and it really makes people very dependent, and that's what's happening in the country. And I thought it was interesting for people to see that the truth is the matter is you can actually have one family that isn't working especially hard and one family that's killing themselves, and the people killing themselves got less expendable income than the family that isn't for whatever reason, right?
Right.
And plus that first family got full medical as well.
That's right. College.
And the second family would not have any subsidies and free college.
Yep.
So I just thought
something to ponder.
That's right, something to think about. I'm Esther Golias, the tax lady. During the week, if you need some great tax help. We have offices all over Western New York, from the top to the bottom.
Yep.
We're down in Naples, Florida. We're in Phoenix, Arizona, and where else in
We're
Phoenix?
Wellsville, Medina. Oh, where else in Phoenix? Oh, God.
In Arizona.
Arizona.
Anyway.
And also, I want to say, if anybody needs help with Obamacare, the 1095As that are coming in related to the subsidy for the marketplace, give us a call.
And make sure, if you're somebody that's on a COBRA plan, look at canceling your COBRA plan and going over to the marketplace, because remember, it's still Blue Cross Blue Shield, it's still Independent Health, it's all the big insurance characters, but it goes through the marketplace, and you'll get probably a reduction in the amount you pay, and that's the only way you can get your subsidies.
Yeah.
Okay, until next week, I'm Esther Golias, the tax lady from EG Tax. Tiff, what do you want to say?
Oh, I just wanted to say the Arizona office was in Littlefield Park, Arizona, and Prescott Valley, Arizona.
Oh, thank you. That's good.
Yeah.
Prescott Valley's up in the mountains.
Beautiful.
Right?
That's what I hear.
Okay. All right. I'm Esther Golias. Until next week, we have all the offices open. Our website is egtax.com. You can email us, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.